Today on Retiring Well with Michael Reese, we're discussing the likely effects of our national debt and unfunded liabilities.
The spending that's going on in Washington, D.C., all the promises they're making.
How will increased tax rates affect your retirement?
Now, this is going to have a huge consequence over the next several years. And if you're retired, here's what's going to happen. This is what you need to anticipate. Taxes are going to go up, benefits are going to go down.
And later in the show, we'll explain the concept of the 4 tax buckets and how you can minimize your tax liability.
There you go, that's our 4 tax buckets. That's how you solve paying too much tax in your IRA.
All this and more on Retiring Well, starting right now.
Retiring Well with Michael Reese, helping you make smart decisions with your money so you can live a better life. Today is the day you can take back control of your money. Retiring Well with Michael Reese, where we believe your best is yet to come.
Welcome to Retiring Well. I'm your host, Michael Reese. I'm really excited about this week's show. We are talking about the spending that's going on in Washington, D.C., all the promises they're making, and how those promises will impact your retirement, specifically from a tax perspective. So it's a really important show. I want to make sure you pay attention today. Now, before we do that, like I do every week, I want to take a moment and share with you why we do this show. It's really pretty simple. You see, retirement is like 20 to 30 years of unemployment. That's right, 20 to 30 years of unemployment. Heck, we had some folks come to the office the other day. They were retiring and they were in their mid-50s. For them, it was 30 to 40 years of unemployment. But yet, I believe your best is yet to come. This is the second half of your life. This is the time where you are able to pursue activities that provide meaning, that provide fulfillment. This is where everything can come together. But of course, if you're going to be doing all of that, you've got to make smart choices with your money. And that's where we come in, because I got to tell you, the entire financial industry is built to grow and accumulate. It's built to show you, here's how you add money to a portfolio. Here's how you make it bigger over time. But what don't they talk about? They just pay lip service to, okay, great, you made it. Now, here's how you need to change things so that you can protect your principal, take that income, and still grow it. And let me tell you something. How you invest when you're adding money to a portfolio is light years different than how you invest when you're taking money out. Remember, retirement is a fundamental change in life. Does it not make sense that your portfolio experiences a fundamental change as well? I mean, it just kind of does, right? All right, let's go ahead and jump right in. Every week, I ask you the same question. Have you called the number on the screen? Have you had a complete retirement review done for you? It's absolutely free. There's no charge. And here's what you get. You call the number on the screen. You come into the office. We're going to help you take a look at your retirement income plan. You know, how are you going to handle this 20 to 30 years? A risk analysis and fee analysis with your investments. How much risk are you taking? What are you paying your advisors? Okay, these are important questions because usually the answer there is not what you think it is. And then, what about today? A tax analysis. I mean, the way they're spending money in Washington, D.C., you know tax rates are going to go up in the future. How's that going to affect you? How's that going to affect your retirement plans? That's what we're going to talk about. And I love this little cartoon that has to do with it. It basically has the baby being born. And it says, we don't spank them anymore. We just tell them how much they owe on the national debt. I think that's kind of humorous. Having 5 children myself, you know, that's not quite how it worked with us, but maybe that's how they do it today. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a minute. I'm going to walk over to my computer because I want to bring up a website. It's called usdebtclock.org. If you haven't seen this before, I think you're going to be shocked. So just give me a second. Well, we have our website up now, usdebtclock.org. I don't know if you've ever been here or not. It's a bit crazy, a bit scary, and it gives us a lot of really good information, all of it really well sourced. I have up right here the U.S. national debt. $18 trillion, that's trillion with a T. We all talk about it. It's always in the headlines. Here's the problem with that number. Nobody understands what $1 trillion is. It's such a large number, it's just impossible for a human being to really wrap your mind around it. But what this website does really well is it tells you, well, what does that break down per person in the country? It says it's about $57,000 per person, right? So I am married with 5 children, so there's 7 of us. So for me, our family, for us to pay off the national debt, 57,000 times 7, I got to kick in about 400 grand. Now, if you're sitting at home and you're single, you just got to kick in 57 grand. If you're married, it's about 114. You kind of get the idea. Here's the problem. Do you think the average person has that kind of money to kick in to pay off the national debt? And notice that this number, is it staying the same? No. No, it doesn't stay the same. It gets bigger as we watch. What does that mean? I could kick in my 400 grand for my family and pay this thing off, and you know what? It just keeps getting bigger again. Then it starts growing some more because our government, they really are not good with this thing called fiscal responsibility. Now, another important thing to scroll down, because we all talk about the national debt like that's the big deal, right? I want to go down here to the very bottom and go right here. U.S. unfunded liabilities. Unfunded liabilities. You know what that is? Social Security, Medicare, prescription drug programs. Basically, there are all of these promises that the government has made that they have not yet collected tax on. If you add them up, it's 97 trillion. How big was the national debt? 18. That's a little bit bigger. Per taxpayer, and the taxpayer is a household, per taxpayer that's 800 grand. Basically, you take that plus the national debt, each household has to kick in about $1 million to pay what the government's promised that they have not yet collected tax on. Now, this is going to have a huge consequence over the next several years. And if you're retired, here's what's going to happen. This is what you need to anticipate. Taxes are going to go up. Benefits are going to go down. Your Medicare is not going to be so good. You're going to have to pay more. But more importantly, in the topic of today's show, taxes will increase. Now, I don't want you going anywhere because right after the break, we're going to talk about what that means for your retirement plans.
You've worked hard for your money and your best is yet to come. You've reached a point where you don't put your money at risk anymore. The road ahead doesn't scare you because your money is secure and working for you. Centennial Wealth Advisory, portfolio stability, tax reduction strategies, lifetime income, financial security in any economy. Essential financial strategies for a comfortable retirement. Join TV host and certified financial planner Michael Reese for an informative and exciting presentation with complimentary gourmet dinner and learn how to protect your assets from market volatility, how to find growth and security in today's volatile market, how to prevent outliving your money, how decisions in Washington, D.C. are affecting your retirement, how to safeguard your assets from unnecessary taxation, the 4 ways to make sure your advisor is giving you expert advice, and much more. We offer the following dates and locations to choose from. August 11th at Maggiano's Little Italy. August 13th at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Presentations start at 6:30 p.m. and are free to attend with a complimentary gourmet dinner to follow, but seating is limited and fills quickly. Call 888-608-5825 or visit send-wealth.com/events to reserve your seats today. Don't miss this important presentation, Essential Financial Strategies for a Comfortable Retirement. Call 888-608-5825 today. You've always known how to enjoy life, to make every moment count, to explore and push the boundaries, to never stop growing. And with all this, you know your best is yet to come. Centennial Wealth Advisory. Portfolio stability, tax reduction strategies, lifetime income, financial security in any economy. Centennial Wealth Advisory. Your best is yet to come.
Welcome back. We are talking this week about all the spending going on in Washington, D.C. and what it's going to mean for your retirement. We talked about how it's obviously going to impact your health care. You're going to have to pay more money. You know, they're going to pay less. It's just going to be that way. Social Security, who knows what happens there. But today we really want to focus on taxes, because the bottom line is really simple here. Taxes have to go up. With everything the government's just promised, taxes are part of the overall package, are going to have to increase. And historically, they've been higher than where they are today. And I got some news for you. They can't increase just for the rich. The rich don't have enough money by themselves to take care of this. They're going to increase for everybody. I mean, let's just be honest. So how will that affect you, particularly with retirement plans? Well, I have a lovely spreadsheet. You know me, I'm a nerd. I love my little spreadsheets. We're going to take a look at this, and we'll zoom in on some different places for you. You don't have to know all this stuff, but let me just share with you what's going on in this spreadsheet. So here's what we've got. I have a person, we'll call him Joe. He's 65 right now. By the end of the year, he'll be 66. He's got $500,000 in his IRA. He's averaging about 7%, and all he's going to do is take out required minimum distributions. That's all he's going to do. He's just going to pull out what he's forced to pull out, the minimum amount. And when he pulls that money out, he'll pay tax on it, but he's only pulling tax on the minimum amount. Now, how long is Joe going to live? How long? Nobody knows, but I'll tell you this. The new mortality tables say that it would not be unlikely at all for him to live to about age 90. People are living longer, and living to 90 is just not what it used to be. It's just not. So here we go. He's got 500 grand. He's just reinvesting it until he's forced to pull money out. And what happens is, over a period of this 5 years when he's waiting, at a 7% rate of return, the 500 grand grows out to about 700,000. Goes up a couple hundred grand, which is fine. His first required distribution is about 26,000. Not a big deal. He pulls out 26,000, he pays tax on it, and off he goes. But here's what I want you to start recognizing. The way required minimum distributions work is that the percentage that you have to withdraw increases each year. So notice he starts taking out 26,000. But he gets out here in his 80s, he's pulling out 50 grand a year. 55,000, 60,000. By the time he gets out here later into his 80s, you're talking 70 grand, 80 grand a year. Now, paying tax on an extra $26,000 is one thing. How'd you like to pay tax on another $50,000, $55,000, $60,000? Starts to get to be a bigger number. And notice, when is most of the money coming out? Is it coming out early when taxes are low right now, or later when taxes increase? So here's a good idea. Let's have an account where we're not going to pull out any money today when taxes are low as they're ever going to be. Let's wait. That's a good idea. Let's wait. And let's just pull out all the money later on, after taxes have gone up. Brilliant, right? I mean, actually, they say that financial planning rather, is just making sure that the destination you're on, that the road you're on is leading you to the destination you want to arrive at, right? Are you on a path that's leading you where you want to go? Using common sense, you should be sitting there scratching your head saying, wait a minute, that seems a little backwards. Shouldn't I be pulling more money out today when taxes are low? Less money later when taxes are high? Shouldn't I be doing that? Well, yeah, but that's not how required minimum distributions are set up. It's just not. Who set that up, by the way, required minimum distributions? Did you set that up? Or did maybe the IRS set that up? Now think about it. If the IRS gives you a default option to do something, is that usually in your best interest or in theirs? Now here's the cool thing. You know how you get rid of these required minimum distributions? You can do Roth conversions. Now you got to pay a little tax now, but it saves taxes later, right? After tax rates go up. Why not pay a few taxes today when taxes are lower to avoid taxes later on when they're higher? Why not do that? Who's talking to you about that? Is your financial advisor talking to you about that? Probably not, because if you do that, if you take that approach, it means there's less money in the account for them to manage. They don't want that. But it might be right for you. Let's look at these final numbers down here. We just have a minute left here. So here we go. Following this path, our guy Joe starts with 500 grand. That's what he starts with, right there. And over the years, you add up all these minimum distributions. He gets to pay tax on $1 million, most of it later on when tax rates have gone up. There's still $900,000 left in the account to pay tax on. So if you add those two numbers up, that $500,000 IRA, on a $500,000 IRA, the IRS gets to collect tax on $1.9 million. Is that a good deal for Joe? Not so much. Good deal for the IRS? Oh, you bet. I don't want you going anywhere, because coming up after the break, I'm going to share with you how to fix that problem.
Your grandchildren are precious to you. They are your life. This is your time to have that special relationship. Taking care of yourself is taking care of them. Centennial Wealth Advisory is offering a free, no-obligation retirement review to make sure you don't run out of money during your retirement. Centennial Wealth Advisory. Your best is yet to come. Essential financial strategies for a comfortable retirement. Join TV host and certified financial planner Michael Reese for an informative and exciting presentation with complimentary gourmet dinner, and learn how to protect your assets from market volatility, how to find growth and security in today's volatile market, how to prevent outliving your money, how decisions in Washington, D.C. are affecting your retirement, how to safeguard your assets from unnecessary taxation, the 4 ways to make sure your advisor is giving you expert advice, and much more. We offer the following dates and locations to choose from. August 11th at Maggiano's Little Italy. August 13th at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Presentations start at 6:30 p.m. and are free to attend with a complimentary gourmet dinner to follow. But seating is limited and fills quickly. Call 888-608-5825 or visit send-wealth.com/events to reserve your seats today. Don't miss this important presentation, Essential Financial Strategies for a Comfortable Retirement. Call 888-608-5825 5825 today.
Listen, are you an employee who is participating in a 401k plan? Are you aware that in some cases, you may be able to roll out of the plan even though you're still working?
Are you tired of the choices you have and possibly the lack of professional help in getting you to your retirement goals? If you're looking for an alternative approach to help you protect your hard-earned retirement savings, then we may be able to help. You may be entitled to an in-service rollout of your 401k plan.
A rollover to a self-directed IRA may be an appropriate solution for you. Contact us at Centennial Wealth Advisory today. Take control of your retirement. Centennial Wealth Advisory can help. Please call the number on the screen.
Welcome back. As you can see behind me, I have all my tax buckets out here. We are going to talk about how to fix paying all those taxes in your retirement plan. Roth IRA, I already mentioned, that's one option. We're going to look at a couple more. Now, in order for you to understand how to fix this, I have my lovely tax buckets. I call them the 4 tax buckets. I'm going to move aside so you can all see them. We have after tax right here, tax deferred, that's bucket 2, tax free, bucket 3, and tax free trust, bucket 4. Really important that you understand what's going on in each of these buckets. So let me describe them to you briefly. After tax bucket, what's in there? This is where all your personal accounts and your trust accounts are. You know, money that you keep at the bank. Maybe you have an account in your name, not an IRA, just in your name at a brokerage firm or in a mutual fund company or something like that. Maybe you own some individual stocks. Your parents died, you inherited some stock, and you own the stock itself, you get dividends. Maybe you own some bonds. All that stuff after tax. Every year you get a form in the mail called Form 1099, and it tells you how much tax you owe. Do you have interest you owe tax on, capital gains, whatever it happens to be. That's this bucket right here. Now, second bucket, tax deferred. What's going on there? Tax deferred means there's really only 3 types of accounts that go there. Your retirement plans, like your 401k, 403b, 457, your IRA, SEP IRA, Simple IRA, you know, all of these types of accounts where you get a tax deduction for putting the money in, it grows tax deferred, you pay tax when you pull it out later on. That's the chart that we looked at a couple minutes ago in the last segment. Non-qualified annuities go into this bucket, and savings bonds is the other one that we see a lot. Now, tax-free. Boy, love the phrase tax-free. It's my favorite word. Tax-free, or favorite 2 words rather. Tax-free. 3 things, only 3 things go in this bucket. Roth IRA, municipal bonds, and properly designed life insurance. Okay? And then this last one, tax-free trusts, right over here. What goes in there? That's these special, they're charitable trusts or life insurance trusts. They're high-end trusts are designed typically for wealthier people to avoid significant taxation for their heirs. Now, today we're talking about this yellow bucket, the tax-deferred accounts. We just looked at an example where a $500,000 IRA could easily lead to tax on $2 million over time. How do you fix it? Well, it's real simple. All tax planning is all about is moving money to the right. So buckets and tax deferred, you need to move them to the right in one of these. Roth conversions right here, very commonly used. Very commonly used. In our office, we talk to people about it all the time. But I'm going to give you a little trick here. Don't ignore the properly designed life insurance option. That's a cool option because one of the things that it could potentially do is end up paying all the tax for you. What's kind of interesting is you pay tax out of the IRA to move it into these properly designed life insurance plans, but at the end of the day, when you die, the death benefit comes back and gives you back all the money you gave the IRS and then some. So it's another option that you really should be paying attention to. There you go. That's our 4 tax buckets. That's how you solve paying too much tax in your IRA.
Essential financial strategies for a comfortable retirement. Join TV host and certified financial planner Michael Reese for an informative and exciting presentation with complimentary gourmet dinner, and learn how to protect your assets from market volatility, how to find growth and security in today's volatile market, how to prevent outliving your money, how decisions in Washington, D.C. are affecting your retirement, how to safeguard your assets from unnecessary taxation, the 4 ways to make sure your advisor is giving you expert advice, and much more. We offer the following dates and locations to choose from: August 11th at Maggiano's Little Italy, August 13th at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Presentations start at 6:30 p.m. and are free to attend with a complimentary gourmet dinner to follow, but seating is limited and fills quickly. Call 888-608-5825 or visit send-wealth.com/events to reserve your seats today. Don't miss this important presentation, Essential Financial Strategies for a Comfortable Retirement. Call 888-608-5825 today.
Let's go ahead and review what we talked about today. Number 1, hey, let's surprise, our government owes a lot of money. They don't just owe a lot of money, they spend a lot of money. Their definition of fiscal responsibility would bankrupt every single one of us. And of course, as a result, number 2, tax rates, they're going up, folks. If you think they're going down, you're just kidding yourself. They're going up. There's really no 2 ways about it. And number 3, when tax rates go up, your retirement accounts are at risk. I mean, think about it this way. Every tax increase permanently and immediately reduces the value of your retirement plan to you, because the only way to get the money is to pay taxes as it comes out. What does that mean? Hey, it's probably a good idea to pay some taxes today, have an IRA exit strategy, pay some tax today so you can avoid these tax increases coming down the road. The 4 tax buckets used that we looked at tells you how to do that. Okay, let's wrap the show up. Have you called the number on the screen? Have you gotten your complete retirement review yet? Do you have a retirement income plan? How much risk are you taking in your portfolio? What are you paying your managers? And today's topic, tax analysis. Are you giving the IRS more money than you have to today? What is your IRA exit strategy? How are you going to reduce taxes, not just today, how are you going to reduce taxes later on? Call the number on the screen, come visit with us. We'll provide those answers for you absolutely free of charge. That's our show, folks. Hope you have a great week.